Hello, everybody. We're back. Snoot game. I consider my response thoroughly. Sure. Another session like that. I think of Fang standing behind me, guiding my hands again. My cheeks warm as I recall the feeling of her hands over mine. Fuck, I wonder how does she feel about me? I mean, she's shown me so much of her now. And all the cheek nuzzling, just like Nasser and Naomi. Maybe. I associate the word nuzzling almost exclusively with furry shit, even though it definitely did not originate from that. But just who else cares about nuzzling? Eskimos. 2 weeks later, I'm looking over my final grade for this semester. My science score is barely passing. I want to say it's because of Fang and mine's study sessions. Every time we would try to study, it would always become jam sessions or lyric writing. You know what's funny? Nobody called me out in chat for that being a less than current term. Inuits. Inuits is the current term, but nobody knows that because they're not Canadian and they don't have Inuits.
Canadian, yeah.
It's very Canadian specific. All the Indians in the States. All the Native Americans in the States are not in the snow, so. Every time we would try to study it, it would always become jam sessions or lyric writing. Spending more and more time with her was fun. And seeing this side of her, it makes me feel so lightheaded, like I'm floating on clouds. Although the sheet rope escapes from Fang's dad, we're starting to leave serious rug burns on my palms. As a bonus, I aced music class. The midterm was a demonstration. And the fact that I was able to play guitar even shittily was enough. Fang seemed proud of the fact that I was able to play well enough to get a passing grade. Or rather proud of herself that she was that good of a music teacher. Her way of congratulating me was to hip check me right in front of my locker, only to apologize while laughing her ass off. Actually, the whole ordeal made me remember I had this old music program installed on my computer. It's incredibly outdated, but free is free. Several hours of decade-old tutorials later, I finally start cobbling together a loosely musical-sounding rhythm. I couldn't find a reverb option, so I just overlaid the same instruments with a lower volume where I wanted it. People probably won't notice. I'm starting to get why Fang likes doing this sort of thing. I sort of just like the act of creating something, being able to say, I made this. Exporting the file and uploading it to a music site, I await my audience to start amassing before me. See, I already have a comment. Never make anything again, ever. Just a day in the life of an unappreciated artist. End of midterms means the start of a new quarter. Halfway through the semester and things have been going pretty good. I didn't completely fuck up so far, and I think the rest of the band is starting to warm up to me, especially Fang. In fact, we've been hanging out more in the auditorium after school. Instead of band practice, we've been making use of that repaired projector, watching shitty movies and playing games on Reed's X-Rocks. Why are you so deep inside it, on? The Mandarin Manchurian rips me away from my monologue. During homeroom, Spears came on the announcement to declare an assembly for the senior class, or in his own words,
asses in those seats now.
Naomi has taken the opportunity to walk with me through the hallways. What do you want?
So I heard you and Fang went on another date the other day.
Of course she did. It wasn't a date, we were just hanging out, just kicking Reed's ass in Rock Ring 3. Please give Mammoth Bone armor. You do anything fun with Nasser lately?
Oh, my Nasser just had another track meet.
That always works.
His high jump form is so perfect. And he looks so dazzling in his track and field uniform. And his physique.
I tune her out as she covers her profusely red nose. The less I can think of Nasser's body, the better. We get to the auditorium once again, and I look back to the back row to find our spot. Empty? Over here, Anon! Fang and Trish are sitting in the front row. Next to them is Reed, huddling behind a cart with a projector he'd fixed on it, messing with the cords. What's the deal? Why are we sitting in the front all of a sudden?
Spears asked me to man the projector. First I was like, say what? But then I was like, yeah, man, sure. So I'm here.
I see. I take my seat next to Fang. They say why we're here yet? Nope.
Since we're seniors, it's probably some other stupid prep talk about our futures. I bet it's a fundraiser. I'm like good at selling things and stuff.
I'm sure. Actually, I've been meaning to ask. What exactly is Carfe?
You don't know, man? Carfentanil. The wildest stuff a dino can get.
Really now?
It was used by the skinnies a while back. It's a deadly tranquilizing agent. It's only deadly when you make it wrong, man. But yeah, it's great stuff if you know how to do it.
Fang, have you ever tried any? Once! Woke up hanging upside down from a tree with Naomi's clothes on, hugging a fake skeleton.
See? When I do it, it just makes me a bit dizzy for a few hours.
Huh. Can I see some?
Absolutely not.
No! Why not?
That stuff's 100 times more powerful than a horse tranquilizer. It'd melt your skin. Make your heart burst.
I heard a human tried it once and exploded.
I bet.
Yeah, sure. You just don't want to share. The last of the seniors trickle in and take seats near the front. Eventually, Spears takes the stage. He pauses to make sure everyone's covering their ears before beginning.
All right. As you all know, graduation's coming up soon. We're going to go over that whole process. But first, the student council has a brief presentation to give on the subject. Floor's all yours, Stucco.
Spears gestured his hands towards Naomi and Nasser, who show up from behind the stage curtains. The chiffron Xarina? I don't understand this reference or how to say either of these words. Brings a wireless microphone to her snout. Chiffron Czarina, like a czar.
Chiffon.
Chiffon.
There's no R.
Chiffon Czarina. Like a female czar?
Yeah.
Chiffon. Okay. She begins reciting a well-rehearsed speech in her usual snooty heh manner. More plastic than person. Why?
Why, thank you, Principal Spears.
The projector comes to life displaying a basic slideshow title card reading. Read, how do you know when to move it forward?
It's when she crosses her fingers. Check it out.
Now, this is a very important turning point in your life.
Ah, got it. It's one of these. I needed a nap. Blackout. As soon as I closed my eyes, I felt a malevolent force looming before me. Somehow I felt like opening my eyes was a bad idea, but keeping them closed was an even worse one. Uh-oh. At least there's cute little designs on the slides. There's a little penguin with a graduation cap. There's a school mascot in a party hat, even has the fogged up window. A line of various graduates with a token human at the end for diversity. Typical. There's some scientists and engineers holding hands. There's a triceratops holding onto a branch with a text, hang in there, baby. There's me 2 years ago when I photoshopped myself with an anime girl hover handing. That's pretty good. I like it. Oh! How did that get in there? Uh-oh. Oh, perfect. I like this plot development. Embarrassment. What the fuck? How? Why? The world stopped turning. No one around me is moving and there is no sound at all. I like how shitty the face looks for the anime girl too. That's funny. Why is that here? How? I deleted everything. So why the fuck is it here? My body feels like stone as I try to turn to see if anyone else is seeing this. In the end, I can't bring myself to move at all. This has to be a dream, right? It doesn't matter. I already feel their endless gazes. I feel lightheaded. There's what feels like a lump of lead in the pit of my stomach. There's dark spots forming in my sight. When I finally breathe again, the world restarts. The laughter hits first, a monstrous guffaw from behind that's joined by every other senior in the room.
Reed, change the slide. Change it now. I am.
More pictures. So many more pictures. Each one more and more embarrassing than the last. Oh God.
Shit.
There's a loud crash right next to me and the entire room becomes black. Did I faint? Is this real life? Is this just fantasy? Caught on a landslide of an escape from reality? Anon! Still awake. Fuck. Was it real? The lights come back on and my eyes burn. The projector is on the floor. The lens shards scattered all around. The laughter is even louder now.
Reed, how the fuck did this happen? Look, I just used the USB Trish said. Trish? Why would Trish?
Trish wasn't in her seat. In the corner of my eye, I noticed someone running for the entrance. It's Trish! She's making a mad sprint for the door. This is infinitely more engaging and interesting plot-wise than there nothing happened in the real game. Like this is a fun this is a fun plot.
Stop her.
She continues dashing towards the exit, right into Spear's hand, literally. His baseball mitt in the hand covers that fucking bitch! Covers her face entirely. Even lifts her up by her face with one hand.
All of you, get your asses back to class.
Spears motions for me to follow him, but I feel paralyzed by everything that just happened. I bury my face in my hands and just groan. This is rock bottom all over again. Fang tugs at my arm, trying to get me to follow. I just can't find the energy to move anything right now. Fang frantically looks around at the hysterical crowd, trying to come up with something. Eventually, I feel Fang put her arm over my shoulder as she tries to get me to stand. She drapes her wings across my back, creating a barrier between me and everyone else. Without saying a word, she leads me out of a side door towards the principal's office. All right, somebody posted an E621 link. That's so funny. Click on it. You gotta click on that link. All right, how do I show that?
That's good.
Let's see here. That's really good. I like that. I like that a lot. Oh my God, that's funny. All right. What the fuck just happened? Hey! How is this happening to me? You gonna be all right? How did Trish find those dumb pictures? Look, don't listen to those pricks, Anon. Was Reed in on it? All of them dumbasses. He couldn't be. What would he gain from something like this? Like, this'll all blow over. What would Trish gain from something like this? Like, none of them talk about our shitty concert. I know she doesn't like me, but this. And that was like a fucking month ago. This is fucked up. I'm going to rip her stupid horns off and give her a couple new holes to breathe with. It'll all be good, Anon. Think Fang's dad had a thing going on with the golf clubs. See if he can give me a couple of pointers. Just needs some time to forget it happened. The squeak of sneakers catches my attention, and I turn to see Reed approaching us from down the hall. Reed, I thought Spears sent everyone back to class. Oops. Well, might as well save.
Can't just sit in class while all my hombres are going through some pretty heavy stuff, you know? Got something I need to get off my chest anyways.
What? Bit busy dealing with being doxxed here? Wait, get what off your chest? Were you in on it? Fang's questioning glare makes Reed shudder.
Wait. No, don't get the wrong idea, man.
Reed, how did this happen?
No, it went more like I was getting the projector set up early, right? Something was wrong with the lens, and I didn't have enough time. So I asked Trish to go and get the thing from Naomi. I guess she must have, changed the slides before giving it to me.
And you didn't think to check? Reed deflates. Damn it, Reed.
Look, man, Trish isn't a bad person.
Bitch sure has a funny way of showing it. I like when his eyes show up.
Dude, I know you're still hurting from what she did, but
Yeah, what could have possibly given that away?
Bro, let me finish.
Reed's raised voice takes the wind out of my lungs. That's the first time I think I've ever heard him raise his voice.
Trish messed up pretty bad, bro. Massively, hugely messed up. Not gonna argue with that. She abused my trust too, dude. When she gave me the presentation from Naomi, I didn't think she'd do anything like that. But did you ever consider why?
Because she's a 2-bit cunt. That's going in the uncensored version. Reed sighs again with a noticeable
Reed
lack
sigh.
of smoke surrounding him.
Dude, you and Trish have always been at each other's throats.
Did you know that that's one of the that's one of the instantly demonetizable words? There's 3 words that are instantly demonetizable on YouTube. And the other 2 are obvious, but that one is okay, Susan, someone called you that and you made that rule. Right? Come on, that's Australians every sentence. You can't pretend that's the equivalent to the other 2 words that are obvious. Right? You know the other 2 words, what they are. That one, it's if someone told you there was a third, you'd be like, what?
Is that
so
kind of
dumb.
unfair to Australians?
That's way unfair to Australians and British people. They don't, it's not a serious swear word outside of just this Americentric nonsense. It's a very Western, we're offended by this. It's literally, it's not that much worse than bitch. If we're going to talk about gendered words, it's really not that much worse. It's really,
it's fundamentally equivalent to dick, right?
Yeah. It's literally equivalent.
The same word.
It's 100% equivalent to dick. Right?
Which is
Yeah,
fine for kids to say, we don't even care.
Yeah, you could put it in the name of your restaurant. Dick's Fish and Chips. Anyway.
But why even?
Someone's got to push back against Susan. There's a new CEO. He's got to change it back. Regardless of gender, you've called people the C word when they piss me off. Yeah, I've called women dicks. Who cares? If you're being an asshole, that's non-gendered. Everybody has an asshole, but yeah. I open my mouth to answer, but can't find the words or the reason.
Did you ever consider to stop to consider why Trish always gave you a hard time?
Not really. Another sigh, this time with an expectant look from Reed.
Did you ever even try, bro?
No.
And that's the problem, dude.
Reed has a pained expression on his face and a quick glance showing Fangs is even worse.
Like, I know it sucks. Trish tricked me and all too. And that hurts, you know?
Yeah, YouTube has had a new CEO for like 6 months and like nobody's talked about him. Other than before he got hired and people were like, this guy likes NFTs. Or something. Like that was the controversy. Yeah, it hasn't really been much of a, I don't know. You can make a political statement in either direction on that. Your line. I changed it.
Oh, but maybe try and think why Trish did this, all right, bro?
I refuse to accept that I had any part to play in this debacle other than being the victim. I like that one. Trish can still burn in hell for all I care.
3 months. 3 months from graduation and you pull a stunt like this?
Spears' stern voice grilling Trish in his office rips me from my thoughts. Good, she deserves it.
I have half a mind to have campus security escort you out of here and send you to Reef City continuation.
Fang and Reed both hiss at that. What the fuck does that mean?
You have 5 minutes to explain why I shouldn't do that right now.
I couldn't hear Trish's full response through the door, but she was obviously crying. I just think it, okay, I'm like back, I'm still thinking about this, the fucking demonetizable word being cunt, where the others are faggot and then the N word, which I'm not going to say. Like, women aren't a minority. They're the majority population. So to put that as like an equivalency is like extra layers of fucked up. Like if let's say that was a derogatory term against black women, that would be fucked up. Then I would be like, hell yeah, that would be a derogatory term equivalent, like in terms of how it's used with F slur and N word. But just women? Women are the majority population. Women have the majority vote. What are you talking about? Like, it's not like women aren't discriminated against, but like to act like, really? You can't handle a term that just means vagina, but it's a swear word? Fuck off. That's so stupid. All right. After what she did, Fang leaned in, trying to listen through the door to hear what the bitch was saying. Sonics, you can clip that one if you want. Because of her arms, I was pulled closer too. I heard the trollops whimpering and wanted nothing more than to really make her cry.
All his fault.
My fault? I did fucking nothing to that purple pole smoker. Love it.
Didn't know what else I could do.
Not fucking show half the school the cringiest thing I've ever done and commit what amounts to character assassination?
Some asshole from the sticks?
I'll show that cunt some fucking sticks.
Driving Fang away?
What? What does Fang have to do with any of this? She wasn't the one bitching about every damn thing I do. I glance over to Fang, whose expression seems even worse now. Looking at her this way makes a part of me feel even shittier. Like I did cause this. Fuck Trish, though. She's been an ass to me from the beginning.
Anon, will you please step into my office?
Spears' voice shocks me from my eavesdropping. What am I supposed to say to Trish? Fang tries to give a reassuring smile, but it's so fragile. Like this all is all her fault and not that backstabbing bitch. Reed gives a silent nod. No thumbs up this time. Wee wee wee. I enter Spears' office and my eyes are immediately drawn to Trish, sitting in front of his desk, surrounded by crumpled up tissues.
Trish, is there anything you'd like to tell Anon?
I've never seen her like this.
It's all your fault. Who are you to come here and take Fang away? You're just some nobody from the middle of nowhere who only cares about yourself.
It's kind of interesting how Trish is kind of the antagonist in both games, but I'm trying to understand how this game dev would have known that. Like, how much about Goodbye Volcano High was public before this person made this? Were they just like a really good guesser and it was just like obvious, or like what?
Maybe they had inside information.
Maybe.
I helped pull Fang out of their shell.
And made her a social pariah in the
Made her a
process.
social... Ugh. My band was doing great before you came here.
There was a Discord, so leaks? Yeah, maybe, but like in order for it to be leaked, they would have had to make it public on their Discord, right? I set up the only successful show you ever played.
And then you show up and start manipulating everyone? Because you're a selfish control freak. Everything has to revolve around you.
I couldn't imagine like having the like it's so because the guy that made this like drew lewds of these characters too, right? I couldn't imagine having the hots for characters that I like didn't respect in any way. Because it's so obvious that this like caricature of these characters are like wah wah. I have baby brain. I just couldn't imagine. I feel lucky not to feel that way. I feel lucky to only be like attracted to people and characters that I think are intelligent.
Fang and Reed and me were going to make it to the top. But you stole everything from me because you didn't understand us. No one understands us.
Trish is cut off by a horrid sob, her head falling into her hands and new tears, or tears, spilling from her eyes. Raptor Jesus on his cross of rock, that's a lot to unpack. It's like you didn't even try to understand me either.
Anon, is there anything you want to add?
Is that the word for it, Camus Coffee? Sapiosexual? I'm not attracted to someone just because of their intelligence, though. I'm not attracted to like Stephen Hawking or anything. If that's the metric. I think people's sexuality might be like you could call me if that's the word for it. Sapiosexual. What's the other one? Demisexual. Furfag. Gay. There's a little bit of, I think there's a healthy mix of a bunch of things in there. I think it's not necessarily just one thing for people. Like how she's not the worth the oxygen, but if it's really all about Fang, should I ignore or talk? What do you think?
We're on the ignore path, I think, right now.
Yeah, stay consistent.
That's in line, unless we're gonna 180.
No, I've got nothing. So I would. I'm not even gonna. This is another conversation for another time. Spears sighs like he expected me to add something more. What was I supposed to say? Forgive her and act like nothing happened?
Well, Anon, I can't really say I blame you after all of that.
Trish remains silent, her eyes locked on the floor.
You can go home for the day if you need to.
Chat is sad about the choice, but like I don't know what it affected. Whatever. Right before I clamp my hand on the doorknob, Spears speaks up. We'll just watch the other endings anyway. It looks like I'm getting a phone call, so that's probably your pizza. I'm gonna just mute my microphone.
Okay, yeah, I'm leaving right now.